Winter is coming, and there's only one thing worse than the last season of Game of Thrones: the blue feelings that come when it's gray outside all day long. In this video, I'm going to tell you why we feel so down during the winter months and tell you 3 ways you can lift yourself up from the winter blues. Hey, I'm the Improvement Geek, sharing scientific self-improvement to help you achieve your goals. A problem I've always had is that every time November rolls around, it's gray outside basically every day, and it starts making me feel kind of blue. For the past 6 years of my life, this period would also bring fall finals, which would make me feel really stressed out, feel really down, and usually result in me regaining a lot of weight. Now that I've finished college and gotten deep into psychology and neuroscience, I understand things like the winter blues a lot better, so they haven't been bothering me as bad so far this year. After this video, you too will understand them a lot better and you'll be feeling better. So why do we start feeling so bad when the weather starts getting bad? Our cycle of being awake and being asleep is regulated by something called the circadian rhythm. Though this rhythm is maintained internally for the most part, it can be modulated by changes in things like temperature and sunlight levels. Since many days in the colder months have less sunlight, our circadian rhythm gets thrown out of whack, and that causes numerous problems, some of which I'll cover in a moment. This can also cause something called Seasonal Affective Disorder, aptly abbreviated SAD, but I'll dive into that later on in this video. One of the first things you can do to beat the winter blues is to supplement the things that you're missing out on. One of the main problems that a lack of sunlight causes is a deficiency in vitamin D, a vitamin that our bodies naturally produce when sunlight hits our skin. But if we don't get out or the sun doesn't come out, then we're going to be running low on vitamin D and feel numerous negative effects like bone pain, muscle pain, and fatigue. A bottle of vitamin D capsules costs about $5 at Walmart, so this is a cheap and easy thing to fix. You can also try supplementing with light. Now I know that sounds silly, but it's actually one of the main ways that professionals treat patients with this kind of thing. I'll get back to that in a second. If you're like me and you live in a house or an apartment with poor natural light to begin with, then picking up a few extra lamps to brighten things up is a great idea. Now you may be wondering, how could this possibly help? Well, again, a big reason why we feel so tired and down during the winter months is because our circadian rhythm gets messed up due to the lack of light. Giving ourselves some brighter light during the day will help our body get back on track so we feel better during the day and sleep better at night. When the skies and your mood start darkening, another thing you should do is pay extra attention to keeping up your good habits. I know it can be hard to take care of yourself when you're not feeling well. That's something I've struggled with for years. But believe me, that's probably the most critical time to keep taking care of ourselves. Letting ourselves go when we don't feel well can really quickly lead to a downward spiral. Think of it like this: it doesn't really take much to keep your kitchen clean if you put things away each time you use something. But if you let it go, suddenly you have a mess that takes a long time to clean up. Kinda like Game of Thrones. Anyway, one habit you should definitely keep up or build up if you don't have it already is exercising regularly. Regular exercise, even just simple exercise like walking, has a huge list of benefits, but it's also really helpful for beating the winter blues. You may want to stay inside and sleep all day and all night, but you and your circadian rhythm will be much better off if you keep yourself moving throughout the day. Being mindful about your diet is also important, because your body often craves more carbohydrates when you're feeling blah due to stress, fatigue, or the fact that it's disgustingly cold out. Overconsumption of carbohydrates causes its own problems, which I'll discuss in a future video, but just try to keep your sugar, pasta, and bread intake to a reasonable level. If these tips don't help, or if you feel like there's something more serious going on, then the third thing you can do is talk to a professional, of which I am not yet. The grays of fall and winter can cause seasonal affective disorder, which is where feelings of depression can be amplified. Common treatments for seasonal affective disorder include light therapy, see, I told you it was a real thing, talk therapy, and cognitive behavioral therapy. I mentioned taking care of yourself earlier, and I cannot overstate the importance of regularly practicing self-care. If you want to learn a few science-backed ways that you can take care of yourself, then check out this video right here. I upload fresh sciencey goodness every Saturday morning, so click right here to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.